Dear friends, happy Sunday. Today is a day of rest. When you open your eyes this morning, what will you choose to do? Maybe you've planned a little fun, a way to unwind from the week, time with family or someone you love. That's beautiful. But I'd like to invite you to set aside the next 40 minutes to pray with me. Let's thank God for the week that has passed and place into His hands the worries, unfinished tasks, and quiet fears we still carry. He listens, He receives, He gently calms the heart. So let's lay everything down and draw closer to Him, trusting that this prayer will be a space where the Lord heals your soul. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel and share this prayer with someone who needs it. All right, let's start. Let this be the morning you stop gripping what hurts and start opening your hands. You don't have to fix everything before you come close. You only have to loosen your hold. As light slowly reaches your room and the world wakes up, you can choose a different rhythm, one that lets God come near, one that lets healing begin. You've carried so much through the week, the unanswered questions, the private disappointments, the heavy silence where you hoped for change. Bring them as they are. Place them one by one into His hands, not because you've given up, but because you're learning a better way to stand, lighter, steadier, closer to love Himself. You don't have to perform for God this morning. You don't have to earn His attention. You can let go of the voice that tells you you're behind, the voice that says you should be stronger by now, further along by now, holier by now. That voice isn't Him. Let it drift. God's voice moves with a kinder weight, calling you by name without accusation, lifting rather than pressing, mending rather than measuring. As you release your grip on what you can't control, notice how space opens in your chest. That new space is where peace can live. That new space is where grace breathes. If a memory keeps replaying, set it down. If a fear keeps predicting the worst, set it down. If a plan keeps tightening your shoulders, set it down. You are not abandoning responsibility. You are entrusting the outcome. You are not ignoring reality. You are inviting God into it. He is not far. He is not indifferent. He is the one who says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Rest is not a reward for finishing. It is a gift you receive at the start, so that you can walk the day with a whole heart. Let this be the moment you forgive what tried to define you. Some things were spoken over you that never came from heaven. Some of the weight you carry is a language you learned in pain. You can release it now. You can bless the past and leave it in the past. As far as the east is from the west, so far has He removed our transgressions from us. Psalm 103:12. If God has moved it that far, you do not need to keep holding it so near. Let mercy name you. Let mercy be the truest thing about you. There is a quiet courage in surrender. It isn't loud, and it doesn't always look impressive from the outside. But God sees every small yes, every hidden relinquishing, every time you choose trust instead of control. So if you're tempted to clench your fists again, soften them. If your mind starts racing to solve what love alone can heal, slow it down. You don't have to know how God will work. You get to know the one who will. Ask for nothing more complicated than nearness. Speak simply, "Jesus, be close," and believe that He is. Today, you can let go of the pressure to be perfect and choose the desire to be present. Present to God's nearness, present to the people you'll meet, present to the small gifts scattered through ordinary hours, the morning light on the table, the line of a familiar song, the warmth of a voice that cares. These are not accidents. They are gentle threads God weaves through your day so you remember you are not alone. When worry tries to pull you out of this moment, return here. Breathe where your feet are. Give God your next 5 minutes, not your next 5 years. He can do a lot with 5 minutes. If grief sits in your chest, you don't have to push it away. To pray, bring it with you. Let your tears be a kind of trust. Let them water the ground where hope will grow again. God doesn't despise your weakness. He meets you in it and calls it the doorway. When you feel empty, you are most ready to be filled. When you feel lost, you are closer than you think to being found. Whisper what is true, even if your feelings are slow to follow. God is here. God is good. God is working. If guilt keeps circling back, remember that mercy moves in straight lines. It comes from the heart of the Father to you without detour. Where you confessed, you are cleansed. Where you returned, you are received. You can forgive yourself when God already has. And if someone else's wound still stings your name, pray for them as an act of freedom. Not because they were right, but because you are choosing to leave unbound. Bless them. Bless yourself. Bless the day you've been given. Let blessing be the language of your mourning. You can entrust your family, your work, your future to God right now. Picture each one resting in His hands, not dropped, not ignored, but held. You don't need to carry every outcome. You need to carry faithfulness in this moment. Do the next kind thing. Speak the next honest word. Take the next step that aligns with love. The rest belongs to Him. And when fear tries to bargain, return to the promise that the peace of God, which surpasses understanding, will guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. Guarded hearts walk differently. Guarded minds breathe more easily. Guarded lives become gentle havens for others. There's healing for your body this morning. Ask for it with trust and let God meet you in both medicine and miracle. There's healing for your thoughts. Ask for a fresh mind, a mind that doesn't default to dread. There's healing for your relationships. Ask for bridges where there have only been cliffs, for patience where there has only been noise, for truth where there have only been misunderstandings. Healing is not always sudden. Sometimes it is the quiet progress of a soul that has stopped clutching and started opening. You will feel it in small, honest ways. Less reactivity, more room to listen, more courage to apologize, more ease in receiving joy without suspicion. Let your prayer be simple and steady as you move through the day. When anxiety rises, answer it with trust. Jesus, I belong to you. When temptation whispers shortcuts, answer it with love. Jesus, be my way. When fatigue pulls at your resolve, answer it with hope. Jesus, keep me close. Over time, these small replies become the rhythm of a healed life, a life no longer steered by fear, but guided by presence. And every time you let go, you will notice you are not falling, you are being held. You are allowed to start again, even before anything around you changes. You are allowed to be new while the circumstances still look old. You are allowed to receive joy in imperfect rooms. That is the miracle of grace. It arrives before you deserve it and stays longer than you expect. Choose it now. Choose to believe God delights to be near you. Choose to believe nothing is wasted in His hands. Choose to believe that surrender is not losing, it is finding where you truly belong. As you step into this Sunday, carry lightness. Let God be God. Let love be the measure. Let peace be the sign. And if later you feel the weight return, you will know what to do. Open your hands again. The more you let go, the closer you are to God. And in that closeness, healing quietly takes root and your whole life begins to sing. Morning breathes through the window like a soft confession, and you realize you don't need a perfect sentence to be heard. You only need honesty. Let your honesty be simple. You've tried to carry the week alone and it's heavy. Say it without drama. Say it without shame. God meets you exactly there, in the middle of ordinary sentences, in the pause where you gather yourself, in the quiet nod that says, I can't, but you can. Some healings begin with a small nod. You don't always feel the thunder. You don't always see the sea split. Sometimes you just notice your shoulders drop. Keep noticing. When your mind wants to rerun the worry, give God the remote. When your heart wants to sprint into the future, call it back like a friend who wandered ahead. You are not late. You are right on time for grace. A new courage grows each time you release control. It's not the kind that shouts, it's the kind that stays. You'll feel it when a conversation turns tense and you choose a softer answer. When a deadline looms and you choose integrity over panic. When your old wound taps your shoulder and you choose to bless instead of bite. That is not weakness. That is your soul learning to trust a steadier hand. The day asks for your presence more than your perfection. Be here, truly here. If you make breakfast, notice the warmth on the plate. If you drive, notice the open sky between stoplights. If you sit at a desk, notice the way a problem gets smaller when you name it and place it in God's care. The work is still yours to do, but not the weight. There's a difference and you're learning it. When regret creeps in like a draft under the door, roll up the towel of truth and seal the threshold. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are the beloved in the middle of becoming. Let the past bless you by teaching you, then let it keep walking. You can wave without following. The more you loosen your grip on yesterday, the more room you have to hold what God is handing you now. If confusion sits like fog over your plans, you don't have to force a view. Wait with God inside the mist. Speak what you know. He is good. He is here. He won't waste this. Then take the next honest step, not the next 10. Clarity is faithful to those who choose the next right thing in love. Trust that the lamp at your feet is enough for your feet, and that is all your feet need today. Let your body be part of your prayer. Unclench your jaw. Relax your brow. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. You are sending a message to your soul that it is safe to lean. The world taught you to brace. Grace teaches you to breathe. In this breath, you are not abandoned. In this breath, you are being held. There are names you carry in your heart that tug at you even now. Hand them to God, one by one, as if placing photographs on a table. This one who is sick. This one who is far away. This one who won't call back. This one who is yourself. Tell God what you hope for them in plain words. Then add, do more than I know how to ask. Release the script so heaven can improvise mercy bigger than your notes. When you feel the urge to compare your life to a polished window someone posted online, remember that glass can shine and still be cold. You're not here to win a glossy contest. You're here to live a warm, faithful story. If your blessings seem small beside theirs, bring your little to God. 5 loaves were little too until love held them. Your little becomes more than enough in the hands of the one who multiplies peace. Some prayers are answered in the change of a circumstance. Others are answered in the change of a heart. Keep an eye on both. You may find that the door you wanted to open stays shut, but the fear you thought would crush you has gone strangely quiet. That quiet is an answer too. Receive it with gratitude, not suspicion. Goodness does not have to be loud to be real. This morning is not asking you to pretend. It's asking you to participate. You participate by choosing kindness over cynicism, patience over performance, truth over the tight smile that hides it. You participate by telling God the thing you're embarrassed to admit and letting Him call it by a kinder name. You participate by beginning again, even at 9 a.m., even at noon, even at dusk. Let forgiveness be your traveling companion today, the steady friend who keeps you light on your feet. If someone bumps into your peace, forgive quickly and mean it. If you bump into someone else's, apologize without the long defense. Neither of you needs to be perfect to walk together. You only need to stay humble enough to keep moving. Humility keeps the road open. Do not underestimate the ministry of small joys. The first sip of something warm, a message from someone who remembers you, a patch of sunlight that lands on the floor like a promise. These are not distractions from holiness. They are signs of it. Receive them deeply. Let gratitude be the gate through which healing enters without knocking. There will be moments today when the old reflex returns, the need to hold everything tight, to control the uncontainable, to rehearse every possible outcome. When it rises, name it gently. This is fear trying to keep me safe. Thank it for trying and then choose love instead. Love does not make you reckless. Love makes you rooted. Rooted souls can bend without breaking. If you're waiting for a word from God, watch for it in the ordinary. It may come through the kindness of a stranger, the line of a song you weren't expecting, the way a problem shrinks after a good night's sleep. It may come through silence that isn't empty after all. Stay available. Availability is a kind of prayer that says, I won't rush past you. Let your decisions today be shaped less by pressure and more by peace. If a choice steals your peace, it may not be yours to make yet. If a path brings a steady quiet to your chest, it may be the next faithful step. God is not trying to trick you. He is guiding you, and guidance often feels like a holy unhurry. You don't have to wait for permission to begin again. Begin in how you speak to yourself. Begin in how you answer the next hard email. Begin in how you look at the person who looks away. Begin in how you allow joy to visit without demanding a reason. Beginning again isn't denial. It's alignment. You're aligning your life with the truth that God is near and you are loved. And when night returns, you will have another chance to loosen your hold. You can review the day with gentleness. What you gave, what you kept, where you trusted, where you grabbed back. Offer it all as you did this morning and let God do what He loves to do. Carry what you cannot, heal what you cannot reach, redeem what you cannot fix. This is your new rhythm now. Open hands, open heart, open day. So walk forward lightly. Keep what is yours to carry: kindness, faithfulness, hope. Set down what is not: outcomes, timelines, other people's opinions. You are closer to God than the nearest worry. And with every small surrender, you'll feel it. The steady warmth of being held, the quiet strength of being healed, the gentle pull of love drawing you nearer still. Sunlight finds the edge of your table and you remember, closeness begins with a quiet yes. You don't need a script, just a yes. Yes to slowing down inside. Yes to letting God be bigger than today's list. Yes to believing you are not on your own. That little yes makes room, and in that room, peace starts to breathe. Street sounds wake up outside, and your mind wants to race with them. You can let the noise pass by, like cars you don't have to chase. Stay with the one who stays with you. If a thought tries to drag you into fear, place it back in his hands and keep walking. One small surrender at a time is how a soul learns to live free. Coffee warms your palms and you think of all the things you wish you could control. Outcomes, reactions, timing. None of those belong to your grip. What does belong to you is faithfulness, doing the next right thing with a steady heart. Give the rest to God and watch how the tightness eases. Healing often begins when pressure ends. Some wounds talk loud in the morning. They like to tell old stories as if they are still happening. You can answer with truth. That happened and I am still here. And God is meeting me today. You can bless the parts of you that are tired and let them rest in love that does not rush. This is not pretending. This is trust with its eyes open. The room you're in is simple, but grace loves simple rooms. A chair, a window, a small cross on the wall. God makes holy places out of ordinary corners. Sit a little longer than you planned. Let quiet settle. If tears come, let them. If no words come, that is fine too. Silence is not empty when God is near. Your phone buzzes and asks for your attention. Not everything needs your attention first. Give your first to God and your second to the world. When you do, the world lands lighter. You begin to answer from peace instead of panic, from love instead of hurry. People can feel the difference, and you can feel it most of all. There is someone you're worried about. Their name keeps circling your thoughts. Place them in God's care as if tucking a blanket around their shoulders. Ask for protection, for wisdom, for the right help at the right time. Then release them again. Love does not cling out of fear. Love trusts the hands that hold us both. A plan might be changing on you, and part of you tenses at the loss of control. Call it what it is and let it go. Plans can shift without your worth shifting. If a door closes, stand with God in the hallway. Hallways are where you learn to listen. Hallways are where a better door often shows up. Hungry thoughts will try to feed on comparison. They will point to someone else's life and say, "Look, you're late." You can answer softly, "I'm on God's time." Then turn your eyes back to your path and take the next step. You make real progress when you stop checking someone else's map. Anger might surprise you, small and sharp. Don't hide it. Hand it over. Let God cool it. With truth and mercy, ask for the strength to respond without wounding. Ask for the grace to set a boundary without building a wall. The more you let go of winning an argument, the more you gain a quiet heart. Lunch comes and goes, and with it the temptation to live the rest of the day on autopilot. Wake up inside again. Notice the color in the sky, the kindness in a cashier's eyes, the way your body relaxes when you remember you're loved. Gratitude keeps your spirit open. An open spirit heals faster. Work asks for your focus. Give it what you can give, then stop where you need to stop. You are not a machine. Your limits are not failures. They are signals that guide you back to God. If you stretched too far yesterday, Be gentler today. A steady pace finishes better than a sprint that breaks you. A memory of a mistake tries to sit at your table. Pull the chair back for mercy instead. Tell mercy what happened and listen for the kinder answer. You're learning, you're forgiven, you can try again. Shame pushes you away from God. Mercy draws you in. Choose the voice that brings you closer. Afternoon light grows soft, and with it comes a small clarity. You don't need a dramatic miracle to know God is working. You need the quiet shift inside, fear loosening its grip, hope standing up a little taller, patience choosing to stay. These are miracles too, just wearing everyday clothes. Someone may not understand your faith, and that's okay. You don't have to prove anything. Let your peace be your explanation. Let your gentleness be your answer. When people are ready, they will ask about the light they see on your face, and you can tell them who lit it. Doubts sometimes show up in a serious coat, trying to look important. You can nod and keep walking. Doubt is not your captain. God is. If a question needs attention, bring it to Him without fear. He is not threatened by your wondering. He is patient with honest souls. Evening will come, but you are still in the gift of morning right now. Keep returning to the simple rhythm. Open your hands, open your heart, open your day to God. When you forget, start again. When you fall back into worry, start again. Starting again is the quiet strength of every saint you admire. If you need a small prayer to carry, keep it close and plain. Jesus, hold what I can't. Say it while you walk, while you wait, while you work. Say it when joy surprises you so you don't grab it too tight. Say it when sorrow visits so you don't face it alone. The more you hand over, the more room you have to receive. Your body tells the truth before your mouth does. Notice where it tightens and let God meet you there. In your chest, He brings steady breath. In your head, He brings gentle thoughts. In your stomach, He brings calm strength. Healing is not a switch, it's a path. You are on it now. Before this moment passes, decide one small thing you will not carry today. Maybe it's the outcome of a conversation. Maybe it's the fear of what ifs. Maybe it's the habit of blaming yourself for what you cannot control. Lay that one thing down and walk without it for the rest of the day. Notice how much lighter you feel. And if later the weight sneaks back onto your shoulders, you already know what to do. Set it down again. Keep setting it down until surrender feels natural and trust feels normal. This is your new way of living. Less gripping, more giving, less bracing, more believing. The more you let go, the closer you are to God. And in that closeness, your heart learns how to be whole. And now, as the morning settles into its steady rhythm, let this be the place where you and God walk closely. No distance to explain, no performance to keep up, only a quiet yes that keeps widening inside you. You don't have to chase a special feeling to prove He is near. Nearness is already here in the plain air you breathe, in the soft courage waking in your chest, in the small desire to choose love when old habits ask for control. You have been learning all morning to open your hands, and maybe you notice how that opening has started to change the way you see things. The schedule feels lighter, the worries don't shout quite as loud, and the future isn't a cliff anymore, just a path taken with a patient friend. Let today be the day you stop arguing with your limits. They are not punishments, they are doorways. When your mind tries to sprint, you can say, "Peace, stay with me." When your heart tries to rehearse every worst-case scene, you can say, Jesus, keep me close. You are not ignoring problems. You are inviting the one who heals to walk in front of you. Healing often begins in this simple order: God first, peace next, and then your step. You do the next kind thing, the next honest task, the next faithful word, and you let the outcomes live in His hands. If a stray fear returns, you don't have to wrestle it to the ground. You just place it back where it belongs and keep moving with quiet trust. That is surrender in motion. That is closeness lived, not just spoken. If a memory knocks and tries to set up camp, you can face it without fear. The past is a teacher, not your jailer. Thank it for what it taught you about compassion and then let it keep walking. Mercy has already traveled the distance your shame could not. Psalm 103, down to 12. When those old labels try to stick, remember who names you now. You are the one God sees with tenderness. You are the one He lifts when you feel small. You are the one He stays with when the room is silent and your thoughts feel loud. You are safe to be honest here. Honesty is how love gets in. Bring the people you care about into this closeness too. Picture their faces like photographs laid gently on a table before God. This friend who is aching, this parent who is tired, this child who is searching, this person who has disappointed you, this version of you who doesn't know what to do next. Speak their names without speeches. Ask for what is good and true and needed, and then add the most freeing sentence a soul can pray. Do more than I know how to ask. You are not trying to fix anyone. You are trusting that love can reach what your hands cannot. Casting your cares is not carelessness. It is obedience that unlocks rest. 1 Peter 5:7. And rest right now is becoming your new strength. If confusion lingers like morning fog, you don't need to punish yourself for not seeing far. Lamps are honest about their job. They light your next few steps, not the whole road. Let that be enough. Take one faithful step toward the person you need to call. One faithful step toward the work that's yours today. One faithful step toward a conversation that needs gentleness. Clarity loves to meet people in motion. If you feel unsure, keep your heart soft and your pace unhurried. Harshness and hurry rarely lead to truth. God is not hiding guidance from you. He is teaching you to hear it in peace. There might be a quieter wound under the surface, something you've carried so long it became the background music of your life. Offer even that. Healing is not always a flash of light. Sometimes it is the slow brightening of a sky. Notice the small shifts. You pause before reacting. You loosen your tone when you could press harder. You forgive more quickly, not because the pain didn't matter, but because you matter enough to live unbound. These are not small things. This is how freedom walks into ordinary hours and makes a home there. God delights in this kind of progress, the kind that slips past the scoreboard and plants roots in the real soil of your days. If you're tempted to compare your lane with someone else's, remember that love does not measure by speed. Love measures by faithfulness. Some harvests show up like a parade, but many arrive like a whisper. Your little is not little to God. 5 loaves looked small until love touched them. Let Him touch what feels small in you today. Your patience that is still learning to breathe. Your hope that is regrowing after a long winter. Your willingness to apologize without excuses. Your choice to celebrate another's blessing without despising your own story. In God's hands, these become more than enough for the people you'll meet and the work you'll do. There may be a conversation waiting that you are not sure how to begin. Bring your words to God first. Ask for a calm center and a soft edge. Ask to be truthful without cutting, clear without controlling, present without performing. The goal is not to win. The goal is to love. If you lose your way mid-sentence, start again with something true and simple. I care about you and I want to understand. Even if the other person cannot meet you there, you can keep your peace. Your peace is not for sale today. It was given to you, and it will guard you as you guard your tongue and your heart. Sometime before midday, gratitude will knock, maybe in something you usually overlook, a slant of sun across your floor, a familiar song that lands at just the right line, the smell of food warm in a small kitchen, a text from someone who remembered you. Accept these gifts without suspicion. Joy is not a trap. It is a medicine. Let it do its work. Let it stretch the tight corners inside you until there's enough space for hope to move around with ease. You are not betraying the seriousness of life by smiling. You are agreeing with God that goodness is a real thing, already present, already active, already moving in your favor in ways you can see and ways you cannot. If you get tired later, and you will because you are human, not a machine, don't turn on yourself. Tiredness is a signal, not a sin. Step back for a moment and breathe where your feet are. Ask for new strength for the next small patch of time. Ask for a fresh mind for the task in front of you. Ask for gentleness toward yourself so that gentleness can spill toward others. The Lord, who invited the weary to rest, did not wait for perfect circumstances to extend that gift. Matthew 11:28. Receive it in the middle of the day, in the middle of your list, in the middle of being ordinary. Grace does not need a stage, it needs a willing heart. If a disappointment shows up, a plan cancels, an answer delays, a door you hoped would open stays shut, stand with God in the hallway. Hallways are not wasted space. They are places where patience grows and ears learn to listen. You might find that the door you truly needed was 2 steps to the left, or you might find that your heart needed the hallway more than the door. Either way, you are not alone in the wait. Presence turns waiting rooms into classrooms, and what you learn here will not be taken from you. Before the day tilts toward evening, choose one burden to lay down for good. Maybe it's the habit of rehearsing what-ifs. Maybe it's the voice that calls you behind. Maybe it's an apology you owe yourself because you've spoken to your soul with words you would never use on a friend. Speak kindly to yourself now. Bless the part of you that has kept going. Bless the part of you that wants to grow. Bless the part of you that is scared and keeps choosing love anyway. You are doing holy work in ordinary minutes, and heaven knows it. And if you worry that surrender will make you small, remember what you've already felt this morning. Every time you opened your hands, you were not emptied, you were held. The more you let go, the more room there was for God to be God in you, steadier than your fear, kinder than your inner critic, stronger than the voices that tell you scarcity is the only story. Love is the larger truth. Love is the air of your new life. Love is the teacher who will not leave you where he found you. Carry a simple line with you as the day goes on. It doesn't need to be fancy to be faithful. Jesus, I give this to you. Say it when worry taps your shoulder. Say it when joy surprises you, so you don't grab it too tight. Say it when you are about to speak and you want your words to build instead of break. Over time, this sentence becomes a rhythm, and this rhythm becomes a healed way of living. Your life will start to sound different from the inside out. Less like a drum of pressure, more like a quiet song of trust. As we close this time of prayer, let's seal what God has begun in you. May peace sit deep in your chest and stay when the noise rises. May wisdom show up at the exact moment you need it, not a minute late, not a minute early. May courage take the shape of gentleness in your voice and patience in your choices. May your home feel lighter because your heart is lighter. May the people you meet sense a calm in you that makes them breathe easier, and may you sense, even now, that you are closer to God, not because you proved anything, but because you placed everything. If this prayer met you today, keep walking with it. Come back to these words whenever the weight returns. Start again as many times as you need. You will not annoy heaven by returning. You will bless it. And if you want to keep praying with us, I'd love to walk with you. Please subscribe to the channel so we can stay close in the days ahead. Share this video with someone who needs gentleness today, and drop a comment to anchor your yes. I surrender completely to God. I'm grateful you spent this time here. May your day unfold in mercy. May your steps be guarded in peace, and may your heart keep learning the beautiful simplicity of trust. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next prayer.